We are going to start bridging from the partial product to using the standard algorithm with the partial product to using the full standard algorithm. We've already solved this problem with the partial product and we've completed our estimate. So it's important that we estimate so that we can check for reasonableness when we get to our actual answer. So here we underestimated 325 and 42 to 300 times 40. So we have 12,000, which is going to be less than the actual product when we go to solve it, which is the case when we get our product of 13,650. So because those are pretty close to each other, we're going to say that this is a good estimate and that our answer is reasonable. So as we move to the standard algorithm with the partial product, we're going to be condensing all of these parts right here in green in order to have the standard algorithm for our 2 ones and multiplying everything by 2 ones. And then from there, we'll take all of this blue part and put it over here as we do the partial product for 4 tens times 325. So to begin with the standard algorithm, we are going to be doing some regrouping. So instead of having no space up here at the top, it will be better to have more space. So I'm going to actually just rewrite this. So we have 2 ones times 5 ones. 2 times 5 is 10. I'm going to regroup that 110 above my 2 tens here so I can add it in when we get there. 2 ones times 2 tens is 4 tens or 40, and 1 more 10 would be 5 tens or 50. So I'm going to put my 5 here representing my 5 tens. Then I have 2 ones times 3 hundreds. Ones times hundreds is hundreds. 2 times 3 is 6. So I have 6 hundreds. So total 325 times 2 is 650, which is what we would get if we were to add these 3 numbers together. So now moving on to the partial product part of this problem, doing 4 tens times 325. So off to the side, I'm going to start by putting 4 tens or 40, and we're going to multiply that first by 5 ones. 4 times 5 is 20. Tens times ones is tens, so we will have 20 tens. 20 tens has a value of 200. Next is 40 times 20. And it's important that we don't forget to scratch out all of our regrouping from our first part of our problem so we don't get confused. Tens times tens is hundreds. 4 times 2 is 8, so we will have 8 hundreds. And it's important that we are lining up all of our place values. So if you need to draw lines here or use grid paper, or even instead of having your paper the right way, turn it sideways, that would be another way to keep all of your work neat and organized so your place values line up. Next, we have 40 times 300. 4 times 3 is 12. Tens times hundreds is thousands. So we will have 12 thousands. And again, as we look at this partial product here, it matches our partial product that we finished already. So that is a good sign. So now we can add up all of our numbers. 0 ones. We have 5 tens. 2 and 8 more hundreds is 1,000. 1,006 more hundreds is 1,600. So I'm going to leave my 6 here, regroup my 1,000. So now I have 2 and 1 more is 3. And we have no more 10,000, so we just have that 1. So our answer for our product matches. So now we're going to move on to the full standard algorithm. So again, instead of doing this blue part as the partial product, we're going to condense it into the standard algorithm. Because, like I said over here, this is super close and we don't have room to show our regrouping, I'm going to rewrite this problem. And we already know that 325 times 2 is 650. So I'm going to put that in here and still show my regrouping. And then as I move to our 4 10s, again, it's important that we cross out that regrouping from our first part of our problem. And now we're going to multiply 4 10s times 5. Again, that was 200. And we're going to regroup those 200s and place them up here. So now I have 4 times 2, but remember that's 4 10s times 2 10s. So 4 times 2 is 8, 10s times 10s is hundreds, but we have these 200s up here as well. So that is 1,000. I'm going to put that placeholder 0 there and then regroup my 1,000 above my 300s. Now I have 4 10s times 300s. We know that that equals 12,000s. Since 10s times hundreds is thousands, 4 times 3 is 12. And then I have one more 1,000 that I need to add. So that is 13,000s in total. So now I can add these two numbers together. And I get our product of 13,650, which remember we said was reasonable since our estimate was an underestimate when we rounded each of these factors to the greatest place value. So 12,000 is a good estimate for our product, and so our answer is reasonable.